Hello and good morning. It's Phil Thatch, and right now I'm walking along the side of Highway 58 in East Tennessee, and I'm walking to the bridge over the Hiwassee River. I actually came up here looking for birds, but as I drove across this bridge, I saw something down below that I thought was really beautiful. The water's down for the winter, and there's several spots where the dirt is coming up and making really interesting patterns. And I thought maybe I could take a landscape photography shot off of this bridge down below. So we'll see how that goes. It's a pretty good little walk to get to where I think the composition will be, and I'll join you again when I get there. Well, I've made it to the spot, and it's now actively raining just lightly. I knew it was going to rain today. That's why I brought this raincoat, and I have a black one that I'll probably wear later today, but I'm wearing my bright yellow one while I'm standing on the side of the road. And here's what I'm looking at off the top of the bridge as the sun starts to come up. It's not going to be much of a sunrise because it's 100% overcast, but I'm going to make a couple of shots from this spot right here. I left my neutral density filters in the car. I'd like to do a longer exposure, but I'm not going to walk all the way back. And I may try another shot from a little further down. Here's the first shot from the bridge, and it's amazing how different the light is between the first shot and the second shot. I had to move probably 20 yards, maybe 30 down the bridge between the first and second shot. This is the first shot I've ever shared on my YouTube channel with my new Nikon 50mm 1.8 prime lens for the Z series. This lens is known for being really sharp, and I'm happy with this first shot with it. And I do love the unusual colors in this. I'm using my brand new 50mm 1.8 S-line lens, which was on sale for $200 off, and it's always been noted as a great lens for this system. So I went ahead and picked it up, and we're testing its weather sealing already. See how much the light changed in the little bit of time it took me to move 20 or 30 yards down the bridge. This is the same area, but a different composition, and I like both this one and this one. They're both pretty interesting shots, and I just love the shapes that the dirt that's normally underwater in the summertime, I love the shapes as they come up out of the water. I think that's really beautiful, and the background, trees and things, is not bad either. I came to the other side of the bridge, the other side of the road, and made one last shot looking off in this direction. It's a little colder than I thought it was going to be this morning. And an 18-wheeler just went across the bridge, and when that happened, you could feel the whole bridge shake. So that was a little unnerving, but it hasn't fallen in all these years. Surely it's not going to fall the one time I'm out on it. Now this shot, looking off the other side of the bridge, I almost didn't take this shot, and it ended up being maybe my favorite of all the shots this morning. Just with the naked eye looking down at these two formations and shapes, they didn't seem as interesting to me as the others. But this composition, because it doesn't go far in the distance, I'm able to crop it to a wider panorama style shot, which I like better. I think there may be some pelicans here in the distance, American white pelicans, which is very cool. But anyway, there is the Hiwassee River from the Highway 58 bridge. All of these shots are at f9 and ISO 64 in 1/4 of a second. After I left the Highway 58 bridge over the Hiwassee River, I came down to the Hiwassee Wildlife Refuge to do some Sandhill Crane photography, and of course it's very overcast, not much light this morning. So I ended up not even attempting to do fast shutter speed photography where I freeze the bird completely. I worked on blurs at slow shutter speeds. I went as low and as slow as 1/8 of a second, but usually I was around 1/30th of a second. I think maybe the best photo I got was at 1/25th of a second. And of course, when you're working on blurs, you're not going to have very many keepers, especially if your idea is to try to get the eye sharp and blurred wings, because getting the eye sharp on a flying bird at 1/30th of a second is very, very difficult. So I won't have a whole lot of photos to show you today, but I think I got at least one that's really good and maybe a couple more that are acceptable. So let's take a look at those. Here's my first successful in-flight blur of the morning, and this is probably the best shot of the day. And this is the slowest one that I had success with. This is 1/25th of a second. And I just love the way this turned out. The eye is sharp as a tack in this one, and there's a lot of blur in the wings, which I really love. And the bird was flying low enough to where there's trees in the background instead of sky. So I love that as well. And it's also low enough to where this area down here that has the kind of golden brown grasses is showing. So all in all, really fond of this shot. This is f8, ISO 280, 600 millimeters and 1/25th of a second on the tripod with the K&F concept gimbal. By this time, I've sped my shutter speed up to 1/40th, which is still extraordinarily slow for birds in flight. And this bird was drifting down to come in for a landing, so it wasn't flapping its wings, which made this much easier, because when it's not flapping its wings, it's also not pumping its head. Their head bobbles up and down a little bit as they fly, as they flap their wings, and that made this shot much easier to get everything sharp. There is still some motion blur in the tips of the wings where these tips will flutter as the bird's coming down. But other than that, it's basically almost completely sharp. But the background is blurred, so that's interesting. f8, ISO 560, 1/40th of a second, 600 millimeters. Now, normally I don't like to have sky in the background. I would rather have the mountains and trees in the distance in the background, but these three flew by relatively close. None of them fly extremely close. And I was able to get all three of their eyes sharp, so I had to share this one. And I like the wing position on these, especially the first and second bird. The third bird, not as much, but I thought that their spacing was nice, and I just like the way it turned out. This is 1/40th f8, ISO 64, and 600 millimeters with the Nikon Z8. This is the last low shutter speed blur that I liked enough to share with you, and it's probably my least favorite that I liked enough to share. It's really not sharp on the eye, but it's pretty close. I made probably 800 photographs this morning and only had 3 or 4 that I liked enough to share. So that's kind of your odds when you're doing these blurs. But I did like the composition of the background. I liked this particular set of trees and the way they kind of clear right around the bird. I thought that was kind of cool. And it allowed me to get kind of a rule of thirds composition that I like. And this is 1/40th f8, ISO 140 and 600 millimeters. Slow speed blurs in a light rain at the Hiwassee Wildlife Refuge. There was a whooping crane, or two actually. I think in the early part of the morning there was a juvenile whooping crane, and a little later an adult whooping crane showed up, which they are very rare, endangered birds, and they were too far away to photograph, but I was able to make some video clips that we might be able to take a look at. Here's a little video clip of the juvenile whooping crane there in the center of your screen. Sorry it was so far away. All the birds around it are the slightly smaller Sandhill Cranes. And next up here is a video clip of an adult whooping crane that was on the scene. In the 1940s, these were down to under 20 in the world, and now they're a little over 500 in the world. Still the rarest crane on Earth, the whooping crane, as seen at the Hiwassee Wildlife Refuge this morning. The whole time I was at the Hiwassee Wildlife Refuge, it was raining, just a light rain, and I was wearing my Patagonia torrent shell jacket, and I don't have a problem with getting some rain, especially light rain, on the 180 to 600 or the Z8, so that didn't bother me at all. I just kept on shooting. As the rain got heavier, instances of birds in flight went down to where it was pretty rare to see one flying around, but there were some birds that were relatively close. This is 600 millimeter video that has been cropped, so I made a couple of video clips of some of the Sandhill Cranes. This one, the rain had picked up even more. I like this shot of the Sandhill Crane walking up the hill in the rain, so I made a video clip of it ever so slowly walking up the hill using the Nikon Z8 and the 180 to 600 millimeter lens. I believe I was shooting at f8 for these clips. I was planning on leaving around 10 o'clock in the morning, and by the time 10 o'clock got here, the rain had increased its pace quite a bit. So that worked out good for me to go ahead and leave. And now I'm heading home, and hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. And if you want to see some more stuff like this, subscribe and hit the bell. I think the next time I come here, I'll have my new wildlife lens. So I'm very excited about that. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day. And as always, I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye-bye.